Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It is Tuesday, February 1st, a brand new month. Pub Sports Radio's NBA Pub Hub with you. Not Ski Profit. We've got Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, and Billy Briz is back. He was not with us last week. Who knows why? Who cares why? He's back now. That's all that matters. And good to have Billy back in the house for a Tuesday card. Look, there's a little more meat on this chicken wing or this bone or whatever you want to call it than normal on a Tuesday. We've got 7 games in the association tonight. So let's start with New Orleans and Detroit. The Pistons, 1.5, 2-point home favorites, 216.5 the total. In this one, the Detroit Pistons, obviously, their overall record is pretty bad. But every once in a while, they're capable of surprising you, just like they did to Cleveland a couple nights ago, 115-105. That snapped a 4-game losing streak. They've actually gone 5-1 ATS their last 6 games. So we've seen this team be pretty competitive. But now when they're in the rare instance where they're actually favored, and you don't see that very often, with New Orleans coming off a 93-90 loss last night at Cleveland, 4.5-point dogs. They did cover in that game. It is back-to-back here for the Pelicans. It's also the third game in 4 nights for them, so I am a little bit concerned about that. When you look at the Pelicans tonight, Brandon Ingram game time decision still without Josh Hart. It's definitely an advantage in the spot for Detroit, and Detroit, to be honest, has been, at least at home, a little bit more capable. I mean, they've got 8 wins compared to just 4 on the road. It does feel like it's a Detroit spot, but they're still without a couple key cogs as well. Jeremy Grant remains out for them. Actually, he's back tonight. My bad.
Yeah, he's back. He's back in
tonight. Yeah, Jackson is a game-time decision. Liver's still out for Detroit as of right now. It'll be Pistons or nothing, but I can't say I'm excited about laying points with them, so just a lean. Probably not going to play it. Dutch, what do you think here? Pelicans, Pistons.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I just hit that playing the unicorn sherbet. It'll get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Big shout out to Zachary, Star Child, Mr. Sam Comer in the chat every day with the big energy. I see you, my dude. Everybody, right at this moment, smash that motherfucking like button and share the video. Muchly appreciated. And you already know what I'm about to do with this bitch. Yeah, Big Show. Back with this motherfucker.
There it is. Backwood on the first game of the card. You know what? I'd lean over, but I don't love it enough to bet it, but I would lean that way. Wham, what about you? New Orleans, Detroit.
Yeah, man. So I've been kind of trying to predict the guys that's going to play here. I've been pretty much right so far. So in this game, I expect Brandon Ingram to play. Josh Harden's obviously already announced. I think Brandon Ingram is going to play here. So if that's the case, even though the Pistons does have a better offensive rating over the last 5 games, 19th to the 24th ranked in Pelicans here, I still expect Brandon Ingram to play. The offense probably will be a little bit heated there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Pelicans win this game here. Even though Jeremy Grant is going to come back, I think him being added into the lineup, it may throw off some guys, even though I believe that they do have the confidence, like Sadiq Bey. I don't think he's going to have any problem shooting the 3 with Jeremy Grant back in the lineup. I think it will unfold that their offense look a little bit better. I do like the over, but I expect this team to be the better team here in the Pelicans, especially with Brandon Ingram back in the lineup. So I like the Pelicans here. Even though Jeremy Grant is back, he's missed 22 games. He has to get his legs back. Last time these guys played was the last game Jeremy Grant played, and they lost 11 straight games after that game. So I expect these guys to kind of hold it down here. And even though it's a little revenge spot for the Pistons, and they favorite 2-1 so far as a favorite, I still don't have no problem going against that. Still don't have no problem going against this young Pistons team, against a better team, I believe, in the Pelicans. So I like the Pelicans here.
Yeah, that's the problem with Detroit. Maybe a better situational spot here, but they're laying points, and that doesn't happen very often, so it's not easy to trust them. Yeah, I will pull the trigger on the over if we have Ingram in there. Ingram is significant because the offense will be improved significantly. I'm with the chat. The chat says if Brandon Ingram plays, you like the over. I agree with that. Total's already gone up. It'll go up more, I'm sure, if Ingram's announced in. Billy, what do you think here? New Orleans, Detroit.
Yeah, man, Wham touched it right on the dot, man. I did the projections for Daily Fantasy today, and I actually did put Brandon Ingram in there with Josh Hart on the second half of the back-to-back. I think Josh Hart's going to be out there, and Detroit allows the 6th most assists to the point guard position. That really highlights Devontae Graham. But Devontae Graham split some minutes, or I should say some usage with Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who could be a highlight tonight. Maybe not for a player prop market, but, just a name to keep your eye on. And then on top of that, like Wham said, man, Detroit Pistons allow the third most points to the small forward position. If Brandon Ingram is out there tonight, we probably won't get that news until right before the game, probably 15 minutes before. And if we do get that news right before the game, I wouldn't mind taking the over on his points tonight. If it's going to hover around 21.5 or 22.5, I think he scores about 25 or 26 tonight. Will that be good enough to get you first place in a daily fantasy lineup? Probably not at that price tag, but I definitely do like him there. On the Pistons side, the only person that I would look at here would probably be Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart, New Orleans Pelicans allowed the fourth most points to the center position, so I do like me some Isaiah Stewart. I don't think I like him enough to bet him, put my hard-earned money that I made off the playoff weekend on him. I don't know about that, but, some people are in situations where they're at the window tonight, and this is a game that they're going to have to bet. So I would say the best bet on this game tonight is going to be probably – this is the Wham special, I would like to say. Over 105.5 Pelicans team total at -160. I don't know if the Pelicans are going to win the game outright, but I think there's going to be points scored in this game. Detroit Pistons don't play defense. I like the over on the Pelicans team total.
All right, there you go. Pelicans team total over for Billy Briz with this one. All right, Washington, Milwaukee. We've got Milwaukee 11-point home favorites, 229.5, 230 the total in this one. Milwaukee first half, Milwaukee full game. Wizards fucking suck. That's all I have to say. There you go. They do. They suck. They're terrible. They're embarrassing. What I saw against Memphis after blowing the 35-point lead, you'd think you'd show some pride after blowing that lead to the Clippers against Memphis, albeit Memphis is a lot better than you, and they came out and they got boat raced in that game. No pride whatsoever. Rolled over once again, Washington. Bucks off the demoralizing loss to Denver. Nothing else needs to be said. They're going to probably smash here. 6.5 and 11 laying the points with Milwaukee. First half and full game. Dutch, what do you think here? Wizards, Bucks.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guys, Mark, Nick, Jay Peasy, Tasha in the house, Mr. Don Mac. Bang, bang, my guy. Yeah, man. This game right here, I could only really say exactly what this motherfucker Ian just said, bro. I agree exactly with what you said, man. First half full game. Milwaukee. I don't believe Bradley Bill's out there. I mean, you get your ass whooped by 30-plus points at home versus the Denver Nuggets. If Milwaukee don't show up tonight, they might not show up for the rest of the motherfucking season. That's the way I feel about this game. But, yeah, it should be fear the motherfucking deer early and often.
Exactly. I mean, Washington, if you want to back Washington, you want to back a team that's 0-5 straight up in ATS the last 5 games. And the 3 of the losses were double-digit blowout losses, Toronto, Boston, and Memphis. So, yeah, they're probably getting a pissed-off, angry Milwaukee team here tonight. Wham, Wizards, Bucks.
Yeah, man. You guys said it. No Bill and the Wizards are just bad, like you said, Ian. 1-9, last 10 against the spread. Spencer Dinwiddie, I do expect him to have a big usage uptick. When Bill is not in the lineup, he averaged 23.6 points per game, 8.2 assists there. I like his assists over 7.5. It was plus money there. I think you're getting a little bit juice now. I'm gonna stay away from it though, as far as giving it out, because we didn't, we're the line moved with us here, and it's just the Wizards, like you said, it just suck ass, bro. Last 5 games, bro, they're bottom 5 in fucking offensive rating, defensive rating, net rating, effective field goal percentage, team true shooting, opponent's 3-point percentage. They're giving it up at 40%. Come on, man. Grayson Allen might go off here. Chris Middleton might go over his 3 prop. I'll stay away from this shit though. It's a big number for a reason here, but I'm gonna stay away here, man. It's a backwood, but I can't talk you either or off the Bucks or even on this weak ass Wizards team. So it's nothing, man.
There you go. It's a mild lean for Wham to the Bucks, but he's not interested, not at this number. And the total has gone up. I kind of agree with that, but now it's 230. It's gone up a lot. I prefer the side now with the total. Just gone too far out of range, I think. Billy, what do you think here? Washington, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Babano, I couldn't agree anymore. That's actually the first leg of the parlay today is going to be the first half money line on the Bucks. Fool me once, but you will not fool me twice. Last time I was on the show, gave out the Bucks as the full game. That was damn near like 2 weeks ago, it feels like. Man, them motherfuckers got blown out, man. And they smacked them first half. They're up by like 20 points in the first half. Been following this Bucks teams closely because, with Tyrese Maxey in the fold in the picture, we might be having a little playoff run down here in Philly. I don't know if you see this, but we got AI over here. We got the Sixers jersey on right here. It's about that time of the year. It's time to get paid, time to get money, baby. So make sure you take that Milwaukee first half as a money line piece. The prop that I really like in this game, though, hasn't even fucking came out. I don't know what the fuck these books are doing, but they not looking at the right shit, man. Because Denny Avila is in a great spot tonight. Milwaukee Bucks allowed the first most three-pointers to the small forward position, and they allowed the sixth most points to the small forward position. I know Corey Kispert has been getting some minutes out there for the Wizards, but if Denny Avila can get the start tonight, that might be a little fancy labs thing. That might be something you get posted right before the game, 5 minutes before. I don't know who the fuck starts. I'm not a genie. But Denny Avila would be the one. But Bradley Beal being out in this one, I think that confirms everything like you said, Babano, first half full game. I really like Spencer Dinwiddie. Milwaukee allows the first most threes to the point guard position. I would take player props in this game, but you know what Dutch always says, man, NBA blowouts where player props come to die. And I think this might just be a Giannis spot for daily fantasy and pass on actually picking a player prop in this one because Washington allows the third most points to the power forward position. Shouts to my boy over there on Twitter, Ryan Props Z. Make sure you follow him, and then you follow my new Twitter at Billy Briz DFS because this is definitely the first leg of the package, man. Milwaukee Bucks first half money line.
There you go. All right, brand new Twitter for Billy. Make sure you're aware of that because the old one.
Oh yeah. Last thing I gotta say, if you're looking in the player prop market, this is a little bit risky. It's a little bit risky. But if this game can stay close with all those injury news to the Wizards, we've seen Kyle Kuzma's usage rating go through the roof and his rebound rating go through the roof with those players off the floor. So his double-double tonight on FanDuel is only -105. You might be able to get a little same-game parlay at a little cheaper odds because I like the points and the rebounds. But if you're just looking to, some people getting off work or they go to work at night, I don't know, whatever the fuck you do in your life, I don't care. But Kyle Kuzma, double-double if you're looking for the best player prop tonight.
And I like that rebounds for Kyle Kuzma, too. It's at 8.5, last 12, went over 8 times. So it's hitting at a pretty good spot, 66%.
Yeah. You would think he's got to be active tonight. Again, he's got the whole Wizards team, going to be up against it with the likes of Bobby P and Giannis. So you need that rebounding prowess. He's been able to give it to you, Kuzma, though. So a good look there, maybe from a player prop standpoint. All right, Toronto hosting Miami. We've got the Raptors 1.5, 2-point home favorites here, 210.5 the total in this game. No situational or scheduling advantage for either team. Both teams played last night.
Betting trend advantage is Miami favor, though.
Yeah, well, the Raptors 106-100 at Atlanta. Miami got blown out by Boston, but again, we said yesterday they're punting on that game against Boston. They weren't interested in it. You could tell who they were resting in that game, and sure enough, that was indeed the case. And they're still going to be shorthanded a little bit tonight. Lowry's still out. Your 7 is still out. You got Markieff Morris out as well, but PJ Tucker, he didn't play last night. I would think he's questionable right now, but I think he'd play tonight, PJ Tucker. And Jimmy Butler will play tonight for Miami. So obviously that's going to be huge for them. I like the Heat here in this game, +1.5, +2. Obviously what happened Saturday night factors into this. They lost at home to the Raptors. That crazy game, triple overtime. It was insane. You got all the starters on the Raptors playing 55, 56 minutes on the floor. Insane amount of workload. Miami, of course, looking to avenge that loss that they suffered that night against Toronto. And they should have, even though they both played last night, or Miami might have the rest advantage here because Toronto had to go down to the wire with the Hawks. All the starters had to play, into the 40s in terms of minutes on the court. And there's Miami getting their ass beat by Boston last night, and Eric Spoelstra can get everybody the hell off the floor early in the game. Against the Celtics last night. So even though they're both back-to-back, these two teams, Miami should have a freshness advantage, an energy advantage tonight because of, the lopsided loss to the Boston Celtics last night. So plus you have to factor in Tucker and Butler didn't play last night at all for Miami. And now they're playing tonight. I would be surprised if Tucker doesn't play. And they didn't play last night, so they'll be fresh as can be. Considering they didn't play last night. So I think it all adds up nicely here for Miami. And if they're focused, if they're ready for this game, the Raptors are one hell of a hard-fighting, hard trying, one hell of a resilient, tough, hard effort team right now. But this ain't their spot. This is Miami's spot, and they're still the better of these two teams. So I'm going to take Miami here, +1.5, +2 in this one. Wham, Raptors hosting the Heat.
Yeah, man. I hopped on this one earlier. Got the Heat at +120. It looks like, I definitely beat the market there. I expected Jimmy Butler to be in the lineup. That's why I mentioned, guys. I was kind of guessing guys being in the lineup, who's not going to be in the lineup. I figured he would be in the lineup, saying that he had this time off. This is a good revenge spot here. Our guy, Austin Wang, as well,
And he
gave
did
us a
last
good
night too, man.
You said what? Say that again.
He didn't play last night. I thought he was
right. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Like, yeah, he didn't play last night, and the reason being because they were kind of looking ahead. They were looking ahead for this game. You kind of knew. I think even Eric Spoelstra maybe even mimicked around a little bit to it. Like, what we're doing here, guys. Like, they kind of figured that this is what it is. And like you mentioned as well, Ian, these guys didn't play that much. The other guys had all their starters almost at 40 minutes piece here. Just one guy had 39 minutes there. As far as this team, the Raptors did beat the streak, the winning streak for the Hawks. Good job there. Gary Trent Jr., he's been hitting back-to-back 30-plus games. Do I expect him to have a 30-piece? Maybe have a 20-piece, but
you got to ride it, though. You got to ride it.
I understand. I understand taking it at this point. Yep. Exactly. You already know me, bro. I'm with the riding the trends here. And one trend that I do like here is that the Heat are 7-3 against the on the road in the last 10 road games. Again, shout out to our guy Austin Wang from Action Sports Network. Gave us the information here. Teams in revenge spots with opponents where they had multiple overtime cover 63% of the time. And that's going all the way back to 2014. The Heat are in this spot today. So I do like the Heat money line, and I like them at +2 as well.
There you go, like in Miami here in this one. And, at some point, too, the Raptors, look, the Atlanta game, the Saturday game, which went 3 overtimes, 56 minutes for everybody. Last night's game, you got 39 more minutes out of Van Vliet, 40 out of Trent, 40 out of Siakam. They got to hit a wall physically. They have no bench, the Raptors. They're playing these 5 starters into the ground right now. Nick Nurse is wearing them into the court to the point where they're going to need a nurse. They're going to need a nurse, these players at this point, a different type of nurse to, make sure their bumps and bruises are healed up and they're, getting the rest they need because they are playing a shit ton of minutes, these guys. And I think at some point that's going to harm them. I mean, they just aren't getting anything from their bench players, the Raptors. And will that show up tonight? We'll see about that. Dutch, Miami, Toronto.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Mills. Abel, I see you, my dude. Yeah, but I like the Heat, man. Everything y'all said, I can say it again, but yeah, I like the Heat here. We touched on it yesterday. I told you Miami didn't give a fuck about the Celtics yesterday. And I got caught a lot of heat in the chat too. As you see, I got that green on, and yeah, I got the motherfucking energy because Boston put it on that motherfucking ass, just like I said they would. But yeah, on to the day. I'm actually on Miami because I knew they didn't give a fuck about that game yesterday. They're thinking about going north, just like I said. They are 7-1 ATS last 8 following a loss. So this is a good spot right here. I agree with everything he said about the minutes in Atlanta. They have to travel back as well. We don't have to worry about the fans. Also there in Toronto, 6-2 ATS last 8 in the north. So they travel well when they cross the border, Miami. And they're
supposed to have like 5,000, I think, today. Like 5,000 fans.
5K.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few more now. Yeah, finally.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not worried about the fucking 5K. 11-5 ATS last 16 minutes.
Unless it's money.
Last 16-minute meetings against these boys. So, this was a tough, three overtime game. Very recently they played. They came back actually from a big deficit in that game and fell short. So, I believe that they're going to have a little chip ready to rock and roll. They've been thinking about it. They didn't think about Boston, obviously, as you can see. And they're going to have Tucker and Jimmy Butler back. Most importantly, Jimmy motherfucking Buckets. So I believe they'll handle this game. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the first half, but give me the better team full game. I took them 2.5. I believe it's 1.5. Money line that bitch. Whatever you want to do. Miami will show up in Toronto.
All right, Miami it is. It looks like it's Miami across the board here. I like Gabe Vincent possibly to get over 10.5 points. He's been pretty decent here, taking the spot of Kyle Lowry since he's been out at that point guard spot. And 10.5 seems a little low for him. And I certainly, from a Toronto perspective, it's Gary Trent. That's the guy. right now. And I know he might be tired, but like I say, there's no bench on this Raptors team that can be trusted. So it's the starters for as long as possible for the Raptors right now. So you'll get a lot of minutes from him once again tonight. Billy, what do you think here? Heat Raptors.
Man, if you follow me over on my new Twitter yesterday, man, for the days that I'm not on the show, sometimes we write some articles and we post them on pubsportsradio.com. Yesterday, I said this was the riskiest game of the day, was the Celtics and the Heat. And Dutch said it right. I was watching the show, and you know what we did? We sent out that shit and said, that shit is chalk with Jimmy Butler out. And that was after the East Coast shoot-around news. And y'all were right, bro. They looking ahead to this spot. I ain't know the game was on TNT because we be watching the game on VIP box, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know the game was on
the VIP box.
But I'm gonna, I'll always bash the Canadians, but the Canadians, man, y'all had to change something up there because y'all COVID rules are so strict. Motherfuckers are starting to come down here to America, man. And y'all are like, you know what? We got to start opening some stuff back up and all that. And, maybe the Raptors start playing better. Nick Nurse, I guess they're giving them, they're paying him some good money because he's saying, I don't give a fuck about these players' health. I'm going to play them 35 minutes, all the starters. And because this team is fully healthy right now, and all the starters are still playing 35-plus minutes. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that this is going to be a Heat spot where the starters are going to play a lot of minutes. You know how I always love my Tyler Hero because I'm a Jack Harlow fan and all that. Keep it frank with you, Tyler Hero in the year 2022 has been ass. He's been reverted right back to Tyler Hero that came out of Kentucky, not the guy that was supposed to be most improved player of the year, sixth man of the year contention after the month of September and October. In reality, though, I think the best bet of the card today for ROI comes in this game. Jimmy Butler, triple-double, plus 850. No Kyle Lowry out there tonight. I think that's way too high of a number, man. If Jimmy Butler's going to play 35-plus minutes, hopefully this game stays close, nationally televised game, everybody's going to be a little bit hyped up. Jimmy Butler is literally Anthony Davis just in a different name. The motherfucker never want to play. So the days that he does play, I'm going to cash out on it. Jimmy Butler, triple-double, plus 850. That's part of the Taco Tuesday package.
All right, triple-double. One hell of a price on that as well. That is. That's a good price. And, he's almost like one of those, picks and chooses when he's ready, when he wants to play at this point. Because, look, they do want to preserve him for the postseason. I understand that. And the fact, this is a game that they just lost to this team in a heartbreaker a few nights ago. So,
but Bano, I think you said that perfectly, bro. They want to preserve him for the postseason because the last time that the Heat went into the finals, bro, Jimmy Butler just played too many minutes, man. Some of us know, but really happy he was really Rachel Nichols and the quarantine as the roommate. But, that's a story for another day. He just played too many minutes. That's what the public knows.
Yep. That's it, and just needs a little, just a little decompression period throughout the course of a long season.
I don't blame him, bro, because if I was an NBA player and I did all that shit, I would ask for a month off too.
Yep, I agree.
Hey,
some ask for too much time off, but that's a different story. That's not
right. He still plays a lot. Player to really start doing player rest. So
yep.
He was.
Yeah, some of us are Jokic, and then some of us are actually Kawhi.
Yeah, which is a different story altogether. Exactly. All right, Denver and Minnesota. We got Minnesota 4.5 point home favorites here, 228.5 the total in this one. I like my Timberwolves. I do, and I do like them here, but the number is climbing up a little bit. I got -3. It's up to -4, 4.5. I still lean that way with Minnesota, though. I like the way they play at home, especially they beat Brooklyn, they beat Golden State, they beat Utah. Their last 3 home wins. Very impressive. And Denver's too inconsistent for me. This would be so typical of the Denver Nuggets, to beat Milwaukee the way they did, 136-100, come here and get blown out by Minnesota. It would just be so typical Denver Nuggets for that to happen. Denver, by the way, keep in mind, Jokic, questionable game time decision, which is why the number's gone up. We've also got Cousins game time decision, but Jokic is obviously the big one. Patrick Beverley, game time decision, but he went through shoot around, so I'm expecting him to be on the court for this game tonight. We're not so sure about Russell. Looks like Russell's been downgraded.
Doubtful for Russell. I have him out.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be out with the lower leg injury. Unfortunate, because we know that's 18.8 points per game from him this year. But still, I think Minnesota can capably get it done. And this feels like a Denver team that this is the kind of game where, they have everybody back on the bandwagon again after just embarrassing Milwaukee. And then they come back and lose this game. It would be just such a typical thing for them to do. It wouldn't surprise me if it happens. And certainly if it's no Jokic, I think they'll definitely lose at this point. But I laid the 4.5. It's getting up there. I still lean Timberwolves, though. I don't want Denver tonight. What do you think, Wham? Denver, Minnesota?
Yeah, man. This is the game that I didn't bet here. And obviously, you guys know I do like the first half Denver spot. It's at 9-1 over the last 10 games. Been pretty hitting consistently over the last 12 games. This is tough, though, because, like you mentioned, D'Lo not being in the lineup, that's 18 points, bro. That's a lot of points. I don't want to just jump on a team that's missing out on that many points, especially when they have a guard. Well, not a guard, I'm sorry, and Edwards, purposely saying that to the public and to the media that he doesn't want to run point guard after he had the 10 assist game against the Suns. He plays the next game. Jordan McLaughlin gets out there, has a season high in 27 minutes. He gets in foul trouble, though, you know what I'm saying, early on. It's kind of fucked up. So you kind of have to have guys running in off the ball. So you do see Cat getting his assist up. He did have a triple-double. He was doing his thing. So it kind of seems like their playmaking is kind of unorthodox at this moment without D'Lo in the lineup. I think that's a big point. And then, like I mentioned here, I expect Jokic to play. He plays every fucking game. That's the reason why I said him or Kawhi. I expect him to play, bro, to be honest with you. And if he is playing, I think the offense, if he's not involved, I'll say this though, Billy, if he's not involved, then the offense definitely is going to suffer. But if he is involved, I think the total is going up is for that reason, because they're number one. This other team is number 2 in offensive rating over the last 5 games. So both of these teams' offense will be there. I do like the first half over, but I haven't bet this game yet. It's kind of one of those things. It's just like I got to feel this game out a little bit before tip. So I thought D'Lo was not ruled out yet. So if he's out, for sure, it's probably going to be a no for the first half over. If he's in, then I may think about it. But other than that, that's the only way I was thinking.
All right, there we go. Dutch, Nuggets and Timberwolves.
Yeah, man. Shout out to a new name, Cold Units in the chat. I like him, my man. Both 2 solid looks, too. I'm on both of them looks. I like him, my dude. Let's cash. Yeah, man. Abel, Roberto's. I don't know about Roberto's, man. You better take your ass to Cafe Rio. That's just a lot better, my guy. A lot better. But yeah, back with this bitch, please.
There we go. I love it.
I mean, how are you going to bet this game if you don't know if Joker's playing or not? I mean, you got these 2 arguing about if Joker's going to play. We don't fucking know if he's going to play. I mean, you expect him to play. I would bet that he would play, but I'm not going to bet on this game thinking, it's just too much out there for me.
I just love it, though. It's see in the chat. Things are going good. Shout out to this guy. Yeah, back with this thing. Yeah.
I got to give him something, a little bit. Don't be mad at me. Shit. I don't really give a fuck.
Great. I love it. It's hilarious. It's hysterical. I don't really give a fuck. Billy, what you got anything here, Billy?
Yeah, like you guys said, man, I think this is one that you need to circle right before lock. Whatever the fuck you're doing tonight, around this time that this game starts, if I'm not to be mistaken, let me make sure, 8 o'clock tonight. Whatever you're doing at 8 o'clock tonight East, I would touch back in, because if you're going to bet this game, you need the injury news report. If you take out Jokic, I like Will Barton. Will Barton over 22.5 points and assists might be something that you can get on top of right now. Minnesota sucks against the shooting guard position defending. They allow the 5th most points to the shooting guard position, and I'd like that correlates to Will Barton. Will Barton, one thing he's going to do, he's going to shoot the fucking ball. If Jokic is out, that's going to help his assist percentage. That's the reason why I like the points and assists. He doesn't really rebound too much. The reason why I think Jokic is going to be out tonight, Wham, is because his backup is going to be DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins is listed as questionable for this game. If him and Cousins are both listed as questionable, and both of those 2 are going to be out, I feel like we would have got one of the injury news reports if we knew that Jokic was going to be in. It would have been like Cousins would have been out, and then that would have gave out Jokic. You know, these NBA coaches are really just trying to play head games, bro. But if Jokic is in tonight, he's going to be one of the best studs to play on Daily Fantasy tonight. If not, then we're off of this game just in general. On the T-Wolves side, like Wayne said, with the point guard situation right now with D'Angelo Russell doubtful, you can't really bet anything on this game. If I had to bet anything on the Timberwolves side, it would probably be over 23.5 points on DraftKings for Anthony Edwards. But that's moving up to 24.5, already 24.5 right now with D'Angelo Russell news over at PointsBet in New Jersey.
All right, there we go. So, yeah, play it by ear in this game with obviously still a lot, to be determined in terms of especially Jokic playing or not. All right, next game on the slate, Orlando and Chicago. We've got the Bulls, 8.5, 9-point home favorites, 223 the total in this one. I'm on the over here. The number's gone up already, but I still like it at the current number. Bulls are just flying over the total now every game, whether they score points, whether they give up points. Their games are just going over the total. 3 of the last 4. The last 2, the San Antonio game at 253, the Portland game at 246. Don't look now, but Orlando is much better offensively now that they've got Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs back. Wagner, Carter, Bamba, they're all back. They're all healthy. The starting 5 intact, and their offense is better for it. They're still a little sketchy defensively. They still give up points, which has been their issue, but they're definitely a better offensive team of late. 4 of their last 5 have gone over the total. I think we see more of the same here. I'd lean Chicago, but it's a lot of points. And one thing about Orlando is since they've been healthier, they've been a little bit better. They've been covering numbers. It is a revenge spot, though, for Chicago. Orlando beat them 114-95 just a couple of weeks ago. So I do agree Chicago would be the side for me. I just don't know if I want to lay 8.5, 9, just to lean. I like the over even more than the side because both of these teams have been trending that way as of late. Billy, let's start with you here. Orlando, Chicago.
This one was one that, when I capped the card this morning, I really liked the Miami Heat as a part of the second play of the package. But going back in, doing things, you don't want to lock everything in too early. To be honest with you, broad view perspective-wise, out of the whole entire NCAA and NBA slate, call me crazy, call me lazy. I think the Chicago Bulls money line is the best spot tonight. That as a parlay piece. That is the second leg of the package today is going to be Bucks first half money line, Chicago Bulls full game money line, -160. If you don't like the juice on that, find a third leg. That is not my job to do. My job is to lead you to the promised land. With that being said, though, if you're looking at this game for player props, love this game for player props. The only thing is, though, this game could blow the fuck out if the Bulls really do smack them up like I think so on paper. Orlando allows the most points to the power forward position. DeMar DeRozan's been playing a lot more power forward of recent. Is a really good spot for him. Points and rebounds for DeMar DeRozan tonight. And then I liked Vucevic until we started scrolling around to that Orlando side. The Orlando guy that you really want to circle tonight is Wendell Carter Jr., revenge game. One of the best player props to look at for tonight. Carter is averaging 22-9 against Chicago in 3 matchups this year. He played for Chicago Bulls last year. He had, I think it was 21-8 in their last matchup on January the 24th. And for the month of January, he averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds in 8 games that he played in. Love me some Wendell Carter Jr. tonight. And like Babano said, this team has gotten a lot more healthy. So this team has played a lot more better. That's why you see these lines kind of being a little bit skewed to their Magic. They're trying to bait people in to bet against the Magic. But the Magic are getting healthy. Do I really give a fuck if they're healthy? No. Chicago Bulls going to win this game. Make sure you take a money line as a parlay piece.
There you go. All right, good stuff there for Billy. All right, Dutch, what about Orlando, Chicago?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm loaded right now, so I'm gonna let that slide with Billy giving out a -500. But we'll call it cool.
Bro, Dutch, I'll tell you right now, bro. For those,
this is why I said I'm gonna let it slide.
Day
I don't want to
in,
hear this
day
shit.
out. For the people that bet sports bets, day in.
That's exactly why you don't even give them the game,
You're
bro.
betting a number. Bro. You are betting a number. As close to even odds as possible is the goal every fucking day. Who gives a fuck what the team is? Who gives a fuck what the line is? I'm betting a number, bro. -160, find a third leg. That is not my job to find you a third leg. Wherever the fuck you like for the third leg, get your even odds. Because the free play I'm giving out is -160.
That's right.
All right, look, you want to bet this game, the Bulls game? You bet them first half -5. I think that's the look. I really like this look first half. They're 4-0 first half against the number, last 4. Now, these two teams did play January 23rd. The Bulls lost outright as a 3.5-point favorite in Orlando, 114-95. Ass whooping. So I believe they'll bounce back. They had 21 turnovers in that game. They did out-rebound these boys by +9. Shot 23% from the three-point line. So to me, it comes down to take care of the fucking ball, shoot a little bit better from the perimeter. You're going to give me Levine, DeRozan, and Big Vooch going against his old team. I guess if you want to look the other way, probably Wendell Carter, going against his boys as well. I'm sure Wayne probably touched on that, or we've already been down that road. But yeah, man, I like this first half -5. I don't believe it's that big of a number. And I think it's, there's levels to this shit. And Chicago's just a better fucking team with the injuries, I still believe. And then also it's, somewhat of a revenge spot after getting their ass whooped earlier there in January or late January. Not too long ago, about 10 days ago. Still on the motherfucking minds. So look for Chicago to come out ready to rock and roll. And kind of touch off what they did just recently. They looked pretty good last time out, too. Covered first half. I look for them to do it again.
All right.
They're really on the bullshit. Yeah, man.
Chicago. Yeah, there's bullshit and there's the Bulls. You got to separate the two. What do you think here, Wham?
No, shout out to my guy Billy, man. He definitely told y'all to play here. We know he already talked about it to the public, to the press. Wendell Carter Jr., he trying to bust their ass every time he plays them, bro. Last 4 games in his career, he's averaging 21.3 points per game, 9.8 rebounds. I think the double-double is live. I took it at +120. And then also I did take the 14.5 points. I expect him to get that revenge here again. And it seems like Vucevic is not taking no parts of this, bro. I wouldn't be so happy to go against the actual Magic today. Magic are actually top 5 in defensive rating over the last 5 games. And they already beat this team. You know what I'm saying? They need a revenge here. We're trying to get revenge as far as the Chicago Bulls. They already beat this team a few games ago. So I expect the Magic to play really well here. I do like other guys as far as the props side. Chuma Okeke 3-point makes. I do like those looks here. But I think the best play, it's like all my guys already here said Wendell Carter to get the 14.5 points and the double-double at plus money.
All right, there we go. Good stuff there. All right, on that Orlando-Chicago game. All right, so we move on now. We got a couple games left. Golden State, San Antonio. Golden State opened 2.5-point road favorites. It's now San Antonio laying 5 in this game. 219.5 the total. It's very interesting to me that Golden State is that's what they're doing. You just can't take Golden State in my mind, kind of like Miami last night. They're punting on the game, clearly. I'm just surprised they decided.
Points, though, Babano? That's a lot.
It's a lot, but when you look at it, I mean, Steph, you look at it, obviously Klay Thompson's being rested, no Andrew Wiggins, Draymond's still out, Bielitsa.
Man, they said the same exact shit with the Sixers yesterday with Embiid. Embiid's up. Make sure you take
more than just Embiid, though.
This is the biggest trap spot of the night.
I'm not laying 5 for San Antonio, but I cannot get there with Golden State.
I had a lot of people hit me up on Instagram today. Because, when you sell plays on Instagram and shit like that, people are going to send you over what they are on today, and they expect me to comment back. Right. Said them, Spurs is the trap spot of the night. You better grab an alt line.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's just moved too far, right? It was -2.5. It's -5 now with San Antonio. I get it. They're healthy. Golden State's got a bunch of key cogs out tonight. Chris Chiozza, Jordan Poole, Damian Lee, Jonathan Kuminga, and Kevon Looney are going to be there. Starting 5 tonight. It's just an easy pass for me. I wasn't going to be involved in this game from the beginning. I'm not going to be involved in it now. The only thing I would maybe consider is maybe a prop toward some kind of Looney rebounds because of the fact he's going to have some size advantages down low. That definitely makes some sense to me for Golden State tonight. But in terms of, like I say, Golden State to me with everybody out back to back, I can't take them. But to Billy's point, yeah, there's been an adjustment, significant one. And now it's just a question of, is it too much with San Antonio -5? Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. I'll let you go.
Yeah, this is the game that I've circled, the one that you want to attack for daily fantasy. You got Andrew Wiggins, Stephen Curry, Wiggins, Thompson, Green, Porter, Bielitsa, damn near. But there's 6 top rotational players that are going to be out for this game. So you know what that says to me? The young guys that haven't been playing too much since Curry and Thompson have been back, them motherfuckers are unhappy sitting on the bench. And they said to Steve Kerr, man, I'm trying to play 30 minutes. I ain't trying to play that 15 minutes. And you know what? Jonathan Kuminga is going to go off tonight. You better be on notice because when Klay Thompson was right before he came back, you don't think he got that little update on his Twitter joint that Klay Thompson's practicing with the G League team that he came from? He started stepping it up right before Klay came back. I expect Jonathan Kuminga to absolutely smash tonight. And then I also expect Jordan Poole to smash tonight. And then with that front court situation happening right now with Draymond Green and Otto Porter Jr., that really pops up Kevin Looney as one of my favorite. That's my convictional play of the day today is going to be Kevin Looney is going to go over tonight. He's been getting the minutes. Do I think Kevin Looney is a good basketball player? No. Is Kevin Looney going to play 30 minutes tonight? Yes. And if he plays 30 minutes tonight, those props are way too low for Kevin Looney tonight. That's my convictional GPP play of the day today. If you're playing on FanDuel or DraftKings for daily fantasy today, make sure you play Kevin Looney.
Yeah. To Starchild asking about the total. Yeah, I lean over, but it's with all the firepower out for Golden State, I don't love it. But I'm not looking to bet a Spurs game under, especially at home. And I ain't betting a Spurs
game under, especially with all those defenders out. Everybody's gonna look at the Golden State Warriors and be like, "Yeah, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league." Well, take out the first fucking 6 people in the lineup and let me know if that defense is still one of the best in the league.
Yeah. And if anything, now you're getting 219.5 with the total instead of 227.5. So that actually might be worth a small bet, at least with the over now that it's down to 219.5 here in this one. Wham, how about you here? Warriors Spurs.
Yeah, man. I was part of the train for the San Antonio Spurs early on. So I got a good number here. I got the money line as well at plus 110. Plus 2 is what I locked it in on the Jimmy Show. Gave it out at 2.5. Definitely don't want to say go ahead and take that. I do agree with Billy. This is a big adjustment, I would say, as far as what you're going to see as far as the product. I do think that Jonathan Kuminga was a great point to bring up there with Billy there. I do expect Looney, like you mentioned, he's been fucking playing amazing. So only with an uptick, I only expect great things from him. It's not like these guys are really good as far as defensive wise in San Antonio Spurs. We know these guys give up the points. I do expect points in this game. My main thing here is that since these guys are out, who are you going to see step up? I do agree with the Kuminga look. I do agree with Kevin Looney. I am sitting pretty with the full game spread, so I'm not going to touch there on that. But as far as props here, I do like Devin Vassell to go over 1.5 3-point makes at plus 104. I do also like, if you were doing a parlay, like my guy Billy was saying, you could definitely parlay Keldon Johnson hit 10 straight times, 2+ 3-point makes. Is that minus 200? So maybe both of those guys added up together, give you good odds there. I do expect both of those guys to get the looks, especially with DeJounte Murray being announced in the lineup. They're going to be pretty much wide open here with a lot of the guys out. Even though, don't get me wrong, Steve Kerr does a great job game planning for games and having a game plan. I do still expect these guys to win by margin here, the Spurs. So I do like the Spurs full game.
All right, Spurs full game. Dutch, Spurs Warriors.
Yeah, man, this game I liked a lot. I did jump on it at I believe plus 2. Yeah, it's definitely a Spurs spot here, but they've they played well. I believe Lingo wanted to hear some info, so I'm gonna give it to you. But obviously the number is -5 now, so it's a big move. But the Spurs, they play well against these boys. They're 2-1 straight up last 3 meetings. They beat a healthy Warriors team with Draymond and the whole motherfucking crew December 4th. As a 9-point dog, so they beat them outright. Now they are 14-6. The Spurs are last 20 against the number in conference against the Western Conference, and so they play pretty well against them boys. Now the Warriors on the road haven't been too hot. 2-5 against the number last 7, 2-5 straight up last 7 versus the Spurs overall, and 1-6 ATS last 7 after an ATS win. So I think you can fade the Warriors here. Obviously the numbers got a little out of hand. But a look that I was really liking a lot, and now it's kind of moved a little bit. It's at -140, so I don't know if you guys still want to fuck with that, but I locked in -120. And I liked it better with all these motherfuckers out there, to be honest with you. It was Devontae Murray double-double. -120 is very good because it was -170 over there at FanDuel. And in the triple-doubles at plus 450. Now, the double-double, he's had 6 straight double-doubles. So I think, the juice – you probably pay the juice, they're going to pay us there. -120 didn't seem too bad. I'm not really fucking with the -140 as much. But the triple double at plus 450, I didn't see if that had dropped yet. I did know the low line movement and double double, but he's had 3 triple doubles in the last 6 games. So at plus 450, if you get anywhere around plus 400, I think a little Casamigos, and I ain't mad at it. He should go off. That's just what he's been doing. I like me some Dante Murray. He's pretty nice, man. So I would like to see him busting Curry's ass out there, but without him, the Warriors will actually be a little bit better on the defensive end. But he could get this in assists or rebounds, and obviously I expect him to get 10 fucking points.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray, he's had the triple-double against Memphis, 16, 10, and 11 in that game. He was 1 point shy of it against Chicago in the last game that he played. So, and he had 2 of them earlier this month against Brooklyn and OKC as well. And then back on January 12th, he had one. So there's been multiple triple-doubles for DeJounte, and it's plus 425, plus 450. In a lot of spots for him to get one tonight. That's worth a shot. I wouldn't fault.
That's the best value on the board, if you ask me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, definitely is. So I like that. And I like Looney over rebounds in this game. All right, we move on to the final game. One of the games of the night, Brooklyn, Phoenix, the Nets and the Suns. We've got the Phoenix Suns 6-point home favorites, 230 the total. They're a hell of a lot of absences right now for the Phoenix Suns. They were, of course, been without Cameron Payne for a while. Jay Crowder, rather, game time decision, although upgraded to questionable. So there's at least a chance he might be back. DeAndre Ayton is a game time decision. He's been upgraded to questionable, but again, game time decisions for both Crowder and Ayton. Of course, Payne is still out. Kaminsky's still out. Landry Shamet, another bench guy, out for the Suns. So still a bunch of key guys out. We'll see how this one goes. I can't help but like this over the total. It probably gets there. James Harden missed the last 2 games, actually, for Brooklyn, but he'll be back with the hand injury, expected to be back here. Now, before his injury, you're talking about a guy that had in 8 games before the injury, 6 double-doubles, 2 triple-doubles, James Harden. He'd been absolutely on fire and trying to carry this team. And, of course, Kyrie will be in because they're on the road. Durant's still out for the Nets, Aldridge as well. But they'll have Kyrie and they'll have James Harden most likely as well for this game. I do like the over. Part of me actually leans to Brooklyn. They did battle hard against Golden State the other night, 110-106. They lost by 4, but they covered as 10.5-point dogs in that game. And you look at Phoenix at home lately, they haven't been covering as these home favorites. Indiana, Utah, they won by 6. San Antonio in their last game, they were 13.5-point favorites. They won by 5. So this could be a competitive game, and I think it wouldn't shock me if it is. I think I like the over more, but if I had to bet the side, I'd lean to Brooklyn here getting 6 in this one. Dutch, how about you? Nets, Suns.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Paulie Walnuts. Davy Jones out here in Vegas. That kind of handicap is some of those things. You gotta remove or go some angles, so to say, to get to where you want to be, my guy. Big shout out to Nasty Nate. But yeah, man, this game got a lot of question marks for me. I can't lie to you. Phoenix looks like half of the motherfuckers ain't suiting up either from what I've seen. I don't know who's in for Brooklyn. So yeah, this is a backwood for me, man. It should be, if the players were playing, I think it would be a good game, but too many question marks. I got to backwood this motherfucker.
Too many question marks. But from a spot perspective, like there's not many spots where I really like to consider betting Brooklyn, especially against a good team, but they're getting a lot of points. They're on the road, which is a better place to bet Brooklyn this year than at home. And they're coming off tough loss to Golden State. I think it's competitive. That's the key here. It's not like this is near a pick 'em, or this is not Phoenix -2 or -3. This is Phoenix -6. They got to win by margin here, and they're still short-handed. They haven't been covering nearly as much as home favorites lately. I could see this being a Nets spot here potentially, and I like the over. Wham, what do you think here? Nets, Suns.
Yeah, man. I think if Aiden is in the lineup, man, the Nets about to get their ass chewed the hell up, bro. That's for sure. That's for sure. So
that's a game changer if he plays against that weak front court of Brooklyn. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, especially they don't have LaMarcus Aldridge involved here. Somebody that could probably, at least give some mid-range shots off, get them off the paint, allow guys to be able to cut through the lanes. I think Kyrie still goes off. He's on a mission, pretty much. Locked down Chris Paul earlier when the first matchup here. But I think, Chris Paul gets the last laugh today. You know what I'm saying? The guys are all there today. The 6 may be short, especially if I think they could win by double digits with Aiden in the lineup. So I might just wait. I don't think it's going to move that far off to 10, if he's added into the lineup. So I may be hopping on the Suns here. I just think the better teams that they play up for them. You know what I mean? And they play to the type of style that they want to play. And as far as this team, the Nets, they're not really that clicking offensively. We have to see what James Harden we're going to get today. I do expect his consistency from it would be consistent from Kyrie though. So other guys, Patty Mills, we have to see how he is with Kyrie being added in lineup. My guy Dutch definitely has mentioned that several times about how irritating that is, guys in and out the lineup. So I do like the Suns here in this spot. I agree with you, Wood Poker. I'm sorry. I think it's by margin as well. So I like the Suns here, especially if Aiden is announced in.
All right, like in Phoenix, you're -6. All right, Billy.
This game, man, like you guys said, this is one. Shouts to the man behind the scenes, Big Show. You got to get the link for the Discord because we're gonna be in the Discord for this one. If you signed up for today's package, hopefully, as it's supposed to go as planned, we're gonna cash the ticket right before this late night hammer spot because there's some injury news that we need to follow in this one. The big one here is going to be LaMarcus Aldridge is out for this game. So Nicholas Claxton is going to be the guy that you're going to play for value for daily fantasy, either him or Blake Griffin, whoever gets to start. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm playing Nicholas Claxton. He can either come off the bench or you can start. In this one, though, if you're on Prize Picks tonight, make sure you notice on your Prize Picks, don't make your Prize Picks tonight without noticing Taco Tuesday. Chris Paul, Taco Tuesday promotion for Prize Picks tonight, this evening. So make sure if you have some player props tonight, you want to save your bankroll for this late night hammer spot because this is one that you're going to have to follow me on my new Twitter at Billy Briz DFS because we're either going to hit a NCAA game as a late night hammer spot or we're going to hit a player prop in this game as a late night hammer spot. To be honest with you, it's only 5 o'clock. East Coast time right now. I have no idea what we're going to do at 10 o'clock.
There you go. And like we say, there's question marks galore, right? Harden's supposed to play, but we really don't know on the Phoenix side. Is Crowder in? Is Ayton in? A lot of question marks there. So one of those games, maybe you don't make your up your mind or decision till right before tip-off with this game. All right, there we go. That's the Tuesday card. Billy, Wham, and Dutch on a Tuesday. 251 live viewers. Hit the like button. Make sure you do that if you haven't done it already. We appreciate it. We'll be back with Best Bets. We'll be back as well with Dutch's Freshest Look. It's coming up. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, many of us will be in a month and a half from now. Make sure you go there for great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Manscaped, promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product, 20% off with promo code PubSports. And mybookie.ag, again, we got the Super Bowl in a couple weeks, NBA, college basketball, NFL, NHL, UFC. Sign up for an account at mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. And the Pub Rub, you can get that, $14.99, 2 for $25. You can check it out at the website, pubsportsradio.com. All right, great stuff. It is time for Best Bets, Dutch's Freshest Look. Let's get fresh to begin the Best Bet segment. Dutch with his freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. We're going to motherfucking the north. And yeah, man, I know it's cold as a motherfucker. Hey, but Jimmy and them boys, they about to bring that heat. I see right now FanDuel got it available at 2. So we'll go ahead and make it official at 2. Take the +2. They probably win this motherfucker outright. We're going with the Heatles. Yeah, that's right. The Heatles, man. They back. Let's go.
There you go. Miami Heat +2 against the Toronto Raptors. Freshest look for Dutch. Wham, best bet.
Yeah, man. We're going to go to what we talked about here. We're going to go to the Windy City and Chicago Bulls. My guy's going back to his own stepping grounds is Wendell Carter. Double at +120. You can also get the 14.5 points as well. So I'm taking Wendell Carter, double plus 120, and also the 14.5 points.
There you go. Double Wendell Carter and over 14.5 points. A double up Wendell Carter for the Magic for Wham with his best bets for this card. Billy, best bet.
Yeah, best bet tonight is going to be Milwaukee Bucks first half money line and the Chicago Bulls money line -160. You're going to have to find a third leg to get even odds. The 2-player props that I'm on tonight to complete the Taco Tuesday package is going to be Kyle Kuzma, double-double -105, and Jimmy Butler, triple-double plus 850. Both of those odds, or all of these odds, can be found out at BetMGM in New Jersey, New York. It's available everywhere now.
All right, there we go. Billy with best bet there for tonight. Milwaukee first half against the Washington Wizards.
With the Bulls money line. With the Bulls money line.
With the Bulls money line.
You got to find a third leg.
Yep.
That's
even their job, not yours. Exactly. Yeah. That's Billy said earlier on the show. All right, best bet for this card for me. We squeaked one out last night. Golden State Houston just creeped over the total. But we'll take it for best bet winner last night. Let's hopefully get this one a little easier. Let's do Orlando, Chicago over 223. Bulls are just a dead nuts over team. I've cashed with them a couple times now over the total. I think we get there. The Magic are a better offensive team since they got everybody healthy, especially Suggs and Cole Anthony. And the Bulls will do what they do, score a bunch, but they'll give up some as well because that's also what they do. Magic and Bulls over 223. There you go. Best bet for this Tuesday card. And that'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We appreciate it. 240 live viewers. Hit the like button on the way out. A reminder, we're back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific with another NBA Pub Hub. And we got Connor Mack and Maxwell Smart, college basketball, net profit coming up right after us. For Billy Briz, Trot Wham, and Dutch, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the motherfucking like button. We about to hit these motherfuckers straight over the head. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.